everybody. Welcome to the book of Eli Franklin. I'm here wishing everybody world peace, but in order to do that, there's some things we got to address and discuss within this nation and within this country, and some things that happened in my life that needs to be looked into, you guys. So, back in 2012, I started going to shorter college because I felt like that would have been one of my ways to make, a good contribution to society, and basically live out, my full potential in life. That would be a good stepping stone for me to start. So I started attending shorter college. And I believe the year 2013 is when I met Janine Perez as my teacher. That's all she was supposed to ever be, like all the other ones. Now, before she became my teacher, I was very, very, very popular in my school for my intellect and my thoughts and things that, I knew to be true. And, a lot of people, like me because of that. So, I was very vocal about some political things, and everybody, knew it was kind of a close-knit school, so it was no secret what I stood for and who I was. And this is before she even became my teacher. So, 2013, she becomes my teacher, and I noticed even the first day of class, she was telling me that she thought it was something special about my name when she saw it, and how, this, that, and the other. But, a lot of people do a lot of things for different reasons. I didn't know, but at that time, she was my teacher. So I just said, okay, whatever. She began to invite me to her different shows where she was singing and stuff like that. And I would notice she would invite, different students from the school or whoever that I would know. But she would get them tickets or seats that was way in the back, and I'd be right there in the front, like with her people and family and stuff like that. So I'm like, I didn't know if she was doing that because, she just thought I was a good student, if she knew that that's the type of treatment that I usually receive. I really didn't care. I was at that time just trying to be good in my community and help out. I didn't, I was just like, okay, even better for me. So she started saying that she needed help with all this stuff that she had going on in the community, if I knew anybody that was willing to come help her. And at the time, like I said, my mom, was on her medicine. She was doing good, and she wanted to invest in the community, and she said that's something she thought she would like to do. So her and Janine began to work together Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, every day for like a month and a half. And then one day, like right after I finished that semester, my mama was like, well, no, this is still during the semester. This is right before the semester was finna end. My mama was like, I'm not going back up there. Everything that I've supposed to do, I've already done. The contract that's fulfilled. I was like, what? What is you talking about? So I was like, y'all okay that y'all get into it? No, but I've served my time. I've served my purpose, and I don't have to go back up there. So I'm like, okay, dang, And when I speak to Janine, about the situation, she like, yeah, we're good. I do have a lot of stuff going on, but, your mom's helped a lot, and nothing happened bad. So I'm like, that's strange, but it's nothing to me. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, I was just trying to help out the both of them, and thought, that was a good thing. So right after that event, I noticed my mama decided to get off her medication. And she began to lie about my name. She put up big old poster boards with my name, birthday, number, social security, all type of stuff, slandering my name, calling me a thief, and telling them to call the police if they seen me. And all this was made up in lies. It was just to slander me and to destroy me, to keep me unbalanced. So I ended up having to move all the way to Fayetteville because of my mother's smear campaign that semester. Fayetteville, Springdale, Arkansas, y'all. So I was down there that summer. Okay? So I come back. Now, hold on. Before I even come back, Before I even come back, I knew something was off and was going on. You want to know why? Because my family had a family friend named Quincy who ended up getting killed. Now, I thought it was suspicious that they were saying he was supposed to be coming to live with my cousin that I was staying with the same week, but I hadn't even heard about it until he ended up killed. You see what I'm saying? So, that was strange because I'm like, oh, I ain't even gonna go into that. So that weekend, everybody know I got a little cousin named Brad, right? And when Quincy passed away, I was gonna be taking Brad to go get, outfit for the funeral. Cause that was my little cousin, the one that I always looked out for, and I always did stuff for, growing up. Cause whenever I could be around and help, I did. So I happened to be around him at that time, so of course I was gonna be the one taking him to the mall to get his outfit for the funeral. So when I'm down there, I thought it was very suspicious that I would see Janine's daughter, the one that's in the police report, with her friends. This is the weekend before Quincy funeral, so I'm like, dang. Now, mind you, what I got going on and the gifts that I have is so powerful and so deep. Since I was a baby and since I was born, my parents had to constantly move me like every few months so people couldn't put two and two together about how advanced I was as a human being to keep me protected and safe, okay? And it's the only person in my life that happened to just linger around for all these years. That's how I knew when I seen her daughter at the mall that weekend that either, she was stalking me, harassing me, something was going on, and I just didn't know what it was. So she ended up inviting me to a show, which I came, and once again, she had me sitting right in the front row and all the other students in the back. So all this special treatment continued to go on. And she keep on inviting me to all these different events, keep on emailing me, keep on doing all this stuff. Some stuff came up where I ended up having to block this lady from my Facebook page because she started disrespecting boundaries, But I didn't feel like at that time, because she had disrespected my boundaries to the point that she did that, I wasn't wise enough and I was young to determine that it was time to just get away from her and that whole situation. I didn't know if she knew what was going on, but now I know she was fully aware of what she was doing. So once I graduated, she continued to send me emails, continued to reach out to me, and I never knew that this lady was taking offense to me not showing up to these things and for me not coming. I never knew that. I thought when I went to school, after school was over, that was it, and that's what I did. I didn't maintain friendship with nobody else or nothing like that. I kept going with my life, you guys, like I was supposed to do. Now, after this show, like I told you in the last one, when she pressed the false charges, when I left because she said she was not in communication with me, after that show, everything began to just really go crazy with her. Like, she was sending, no matter where I worked at, she sent her friends up there to my job. She would send her best friend up to, when I was working at Lulu's Latin Rotisserie and Grill, she would send her best friend Ashley up there every day. Had her best friend Ashley get her birthday catered up there. Then Janine started going, she'd been going to the same church for all these years, and all of a sudden started going to church with my bosses from Lulu's Latin Rotisserie and Grill. Then July 4th, 2017-18, she's singing down the aisles of my job when I get one at IHOP, y'all, all on live doing it. I'm getting calls everywhere. Come on now, y'all. This stuff has got to stop. She done had over 30 to 40 people watching me, chasing me down while I'm driving, who constantly hoovering. Every time I'm in Arkansas, she's hoovering the properties that I'm around, you guys. Right before I left Arkansas, she used the Tracy Steele when he was running for whatever position he was running for in North Little Rock. She used that campaign to be able to hoover around me in Rose City at the places I was at. That means everywhere I was close to, the gas stations I was around, the supermarkets I was going to get food from, everywhere. She all there with campaigning with Tracy Steele. All in my environments, everywhere I'm at. Everywhere I'm known to hang out at, she got a huge billboard of herself right there. If I start hanging out at a certain park, all of a sudden it's a huge billboard hanging up there. I stop hanging out at that park and I go to another park, that's where her billboard is at all of a sudden. Y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. She had a show with one of the guys named Kevin Bell. He had a shop, Chicken and Waffles, and she had a show over there, and I ain't show up. And that place blew up after a couple weeks, you know, all type of stuff. I had a barber in that same facility over there off Garden Spring, that same place where that chicken, and it was a student there that I knew, her name was Monica, that was cool with Janine, and she had that girl started dating my barber who was giving me my good haircuts like that, started dating my barber and put some false charges on my barber, so he was so caught up in paperwork and with the case that he couldn't even cut my hair no more. That's how petty these folks is, y'all. That's how petty these folks is. The moment I say, you know what, this is crazy, because the police know what's going on. They refusing to help me. The court system know what's going on. They refusing to help me. Let me turn the Shorter College. Next thing you know, that's set on fire. It's closed. That's it. Y'all, just go back and look. Y'all will see all this stuff that's been going on. This lady went to so many people and lied to them, telling them that I was harassing her, but she was the one harassing me. Look at all the people that reached out to me on her accord and her account. Nobody has reached out from my side. I've been wanting to get left alone this whole time. This lady been harassing, stalking, gang stalking. And come to find out, she got all these political ties, y'all. And she's tied in the organization Acorn or Wade Rotsky. And wait until I share the relationship that I have with them. And how this all ties in. And how they knew what she was doing and they helped her and thought it was funny. And thought I wasn't going to say nothing and they was going to continue to do this with my life and they was going to continue to get away with it. You guys, this has got to stop. Like I said, I was a student at Shorter College that did not share Democratic views, who was very open to all different types of points of views and was an intellectual. And these people sent an informant like Janine as a teacher, you guys, to get up under me to try to destroy my life before I could even reach my potential. Lying on me, y'all, filing false police reports, using the system against me, all for political gain and for her political agenda. Come on now. This ain't right, y'all. Y'all do something about this. Because the universe ain't going to allow this to continue to happen. We need justice, y'all. For real. For what this lady and what this organization is doing. Because I bet you they got people just like her in all different states. That's how deep this organization is. And they probably protecting the people like this in all communities. All type of communities. I'm not going to say every community, but a lot of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them. And like I said, this lady basically came in my life, and every aspect of it, she tried to weaponize and use it against me. Had people in my own family going against me, y'all. They the reasons why she was knowing everywhere I was at. Everywhere that I was going to and all my places, what they didn't know is I wasn't telling nobody where I was at. They the only ones who knew where I was at. So how she know where I'm at all the time is because they the ones was telling her. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. They was all involved on this dumb plan that did not work. Because I'm still succeeding. They're being exposed. Y'all stupid. Y'all dumb for thinking evil and wicked deeds would succeed. And righteousness would prevail, you guys. All to keep cover up over elections. All to keep cover up over what's going on right now. And what y'all been doing. For real. Sick. Y'all sick. Sitting out here scouting young people, trying to hinder them in their potential so they won't succeed because they don't match your agenda and your flow. Sick. And haven't just done it to me, but done it to several people. Known to weaponize the system against any masculine figure that is basically just not Democrat slave mentality person. Come on now. That's not right. It's not right. What this lady did to me. And she had so many people involved, y'all. A whole bunch of people. I'm talking probably, I can sit here and count from the emails and the messages she had people constantly cyber attacking me. Because from the time she sent her first mirror campaign, there was like 135 people up there, talking about me. Plus all the people she had directly sending me messages while I'm doing nothing but going to work and living my life, y'all. And she's doing all this harassment, all this stuff, all because I didn't want to deal with this lady, y'all. On the level she wanted me to deal with her on. Come on, let's keep it real. Constantly went to the police, constantly was telling them the truth on the situation. No hope, no avail, to no avail. To no avail. So it got to the point where I had to just say, forget it, because it wasn't going to stop. And I had to go do something else. So I was like, I'm finna go back to Chicago because this lady is just not going to stop the hoovering. She got people watching me. She's constantly, no matter where I work at, she's coming up to my job, harassing me with her and her friends. And there's nothing I can do about it while I'm here in Arkansas. So let me go ahead and go back to Chicago. On the way to I had just got a 2016 Dodge Charger, which I'm going to tell you how that ended up getting lost when I later on. So I just got a 2016 Dodge Charger off the showroom floor. On the way back to Chicago, I was posting that I was on my way back to Chicago, and she done had one of her friends try to hit me on the way to Chicago to stop me from going, and I had to keep going and get all the way down there. And it was a dent on the side of my car. What type of crazy lady? For real, that's when I knew how psychotic and how sick she was. So while I was in Chicago, I'm not going to lie, there was a lot going on, and I didn't want to slip back into that lifestyle where I was going to get, if I slipped back into that lifestyle, I could have possibly got stuck and never made it back out. So I had to end up leaving and going back to Arkansas. But I'm knowing that when I get back to Arkansas, the only way to get this lady to leave me alone and stop hoovering me as much is if I go to jail. So I'm like, if I get out here to Arkansas and I don't see this lady, it's all good. On the way that I'm going back to Arkansas, she's actually blowing up my phone from private numbers. Her and these kids blowing up my phone from these private numbers. So I'm like, oh man, I already know what's finna happen. So as soon as I get there, I go visit my mama, and she's hoovering around my mama's house. So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and go, to this lady house and go to jail so she'll stop hoovering me and sit there. I'm just sit there and I'm gonna go to jail so that way if she ever come back around me again, I could prove that she is doing this, or it'll stop her friends, from getting involved, because they'll know that, this is deep now, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, I got to do something, because people is constantly on me, and now I don't know what to do. The police ain't listening to me. Ain't nobody listening to me, willing to help me out. They know she crazy, and this is going on. So I go, and I just sit there. Now, she had been inviting me to her house and everybody else to her house over and over and over again. And so this day I particularly sit there, and as I'm sitting there, she have the police come and get behind me. She don't tell them that they constantly calling me, asking me if I'm coming over there, that she can't wait. She don't tell the police none of this stuff, y'all. And that she's hoovering my mom's house over and over and over and over again. She don't tell them that. This is after she done found all her false police reports, and I've begged her to stop lying and stop doing this, and she's continuing to do it, and she's revving it up even more and more and more. Okay? So basically I'm like, this is the only way to stop all this, or to let it die down just a little. So I go there, she called the police come, she all on live. Look, I told y'all, I'm like, this lady just don't stop. She's just a drama liar. She's a liar, witch. A straight up destructive witch, y'all. So she all on live while I'm on my way to jail because of her lies, deceits, while she's using all her friends to attack me based off lies. They never got to hear my side. The only time she basically stop attacking me is when she get a little attention of mine. So I sit there. They take me to jail. I go to jail. Boom. I'm thinking, this finna stop the hoover. And tell me why as soon as I get out of jail and I move to my auntie house in Summertree and I get a job up the street at KFC, she hoovering me. Every time I go to work, she basically following me from KFC, from walking. Because when I got back, basically, I lost my car, like I was saying, the Dodge Charger, in the impound because they took me to jail. So I'm walking at this time back and forth from Summertree to KFC in North Little Rock for my job, trying to go. And she hoovering me every day. If she not hoovering me, my ex, who I was going with at the time, her name was Ebony, which was involved too. Her best friend, Lanika, they if it's not Janine, it's her best friend, one of them, just they constantly hoover me every time I go to work. I can't even go to work without seeing one of them. They hoover me, y'all. After she just put these charges on me. Now, mind you, after that, a lot of her friends didn't really want to get involved. So it was no time before I got back up on my feet. And that's how I ended up moving into the apartment Spanish Valley, y'all. Follow along what I'm saying. Follow along what I'm saying. Now, this whole time, they harassing, they sending out texts. I'm talking about physically threatening me, her niece, all of them. They showing up at gas stations, you know what I'm saying, talking all this smack online, threatening me. And when I finally see them in public, they running, ducking, dodging, laughing, all this stuff, you know. And some of them coming to me, following me from one end, like literally, like drag works of following me type stuff. No matter where I'm going to work, going to school, going to get something to eat, they always there watching one of her and her friends or her associates. And I'm never knowing why they trying to put this much pressure on me. Why this lady got these people, you know, hopping out the van at the gas station, cussing me out, and getting back in their van and they don't even know me. Talking about leave somebody alone that I never gave a damn about. Didn't ever think twice about, and that was her real problem. Why was this lady doing all this stuff, y'all? That's in the next video.